just go ahead and I'm going to interview Amanda today. I'm so excited. She has literally been freaking killing it. I don't even know how. So, I just have so many questions for you. But to start, before I kind of jump into the questions, I just want you to tell a little bit about your story, when you started, how it's been going for you, like your rank, obviously just the rundown first.
Okay. Hello, team. So I officially signed up in the end of July, but I didn't really start working until like late September, early October. I'm Ruby right now. I have struggled a little bit just because I'll like put effort into it and then I just stop. But this month I decided it's my month. So I've just been sprinting. I know. I'm so excited. So we're all going diamond, baby.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, so I guess my first question for you would be what changed from the months that you have been in this to now where you decided that this was your month? Like what happened?
Well, like last month when they announced that the diamond bonus was there or whatever, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Then I can leave my job and I can start part-time at a job that I'll actually semi-enjoy because I'm a caregiver for those of you who don't know, and it's the worst. It's gross. I don't like it. And there was just so much like issues last month with my family, and I just let like all the issues get in the way. And like right after I started the business, like my grandpa passed, and it was just like one thing after another for me. And I let all that negative stuff get in the way. And when I woke up April 1st, I decided when I heard that the bonus was extended, I thought I'm wasting my time. Like, why am I letting this negative energy stop me when I can use it as fuel and run? So that's just what I started doing. Like the day before yesterday, my brother-in-law was just being like a complete idiot, like pissed me off so bad. And I thought, no, I'm not going to let it make me mad. And I used that and I signed an order for 124 BV because I just let it push me. So
That is so amazing. So, I love that. I just love that you use that as fuel instead of letting your why become your excuse. Like, I just think that that's so important because I think that that's so easy for all of us to do. But how are you signing so many loyal customers? I mean, within the last like 2 weeks, you have literally signed. How many have you signed? Like 20 customers? I mean, Jesus.
hello.
I could hear you for a sec and then you went away. Do you have your phone, like your finger on your phone or something?
Mm-mm. No,
Now I can hear you.
you can hear me. It might be my Wi-Fi. I've got terrible service here, but I've signed 11 since April 1st, and I actually only know like one of them personally, and I haven't talked to her since high school, so that's pretty cool for me. Um, but yeah, I've just been pushing, and I have I think 4 ladies I'm following up with tomorrow that want to order tomorrow. So I've just been like going through all of my messages that I have sent out since I started, and like anyone who's like pushed me off, I've messaged them like, hey, I'm up for a bonus this month. Like, I will give you free goodies if you order. Like, keto coffee, I've been like, I will give you a free frother if you order. And then, like, I give them the information. And when they start to act interested, I'm like, hey, just give me your phone number. Like, let's talk about this over the phone. And then, right then, I get them hooked, and then they're mine. So,
So are you calling people or are you texting them?
I'm calling them.
Okay.
I'll start messaging, and then I'm just like, hey, give me your phone number. Let's chat.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, so I love that you're going back through. So you're just scrolling back through your messenger and just going all the way back down to when you started, or did you like write people's names out, or how are you staying organized with that?
Like, so when I have someone who's like interested, and they'll be like, oh, let me reach out to you on the Friday. Friday my pay date. I like put it in my calendar and I don't erase it when that happens. So I look through my calendar, but I also scroll back through my Facebook Messenger on people who just like ghosted me. So
Okay.
I use both of those.
I love that. I love that. So when you're just your very first follow-up message, what are you saying? Like what, I want to know like exactly what you're saying to people who you haven't talked to in months.
Okay, pretend you're my customer. I'm like, hey Alexa, how's it going? I haven't heard from you in a while, and I just want to let you know that I've just opened up spots for my April hair growth challenge. Would you like to claim a spot? And I also want to let you know I have a giveaway going for $50. Anyone who orders, I'm giving 5 entries to plus a free little goodie. How does that sound? And then they respond.
Love that. I love that. Okay. I love that you're using both the goodies and the giveaway because I've always done like one or the other. I haven't ever really thought about doing both of them. So that's super cool. And then I had another question for you, but I kind of lost my train of thought. I don't know. I'm just so glad that, you found your time. And like, I just think that we so often give up on distributors who maybe like fall off or, are going back and forth of all in and then not or whatever. And I think that you're such a good example of somebody who literally made a decision to promote and decided that this was your month and then just went for it, And I just think that you're such a good example for that. So thank you for sharing your stuff. Do you have any other like tips that you would want to share, or if you could just say something to somebody who's wanting to promote this month and maybe just feels like, ooh, I don't know.
I definitely, this might sound kind of sneaky, but it's not. When you're like explaining the 90-day trial, get them on the phone and explain it, because then it's not like it's more personable, I guess. And it's like just chit chat for a few minutes and they'll be more comfortable about it. And like every time I've talked on the phone with them, I'm like, hey, to get my discount, we do have to do a 90-day trial, but it's okay because you will order 3 months, but you can pick your product each month. And if something comes up next month, we can do a cheap product, or we can even move it for a day that's more convenient for you. It's just like more comforting than that message that some people send.
So are you entering the order for them, or are you walking them through how to do it on your website?
Oh, I've been entering the order for them. The only people I had 2 people, and that was the gal who was my retail customer the other day. And then this other lady, she felt uncomfortable giving me her debit and credit card number, but literally everyone else has been fine with it. Like I even had a couple people just like text me their info and then I just deleted it right after. But it definitely helps. And then you know that you're not going to get ghosted after sending the instructions. So I felt that was more comfortable.
Yeah, I love that. I'm such a huge person on calling. I do find that a lot of my customer base is the younger population and wants to text. But I've also had the same scenario where people don't want to give their, number over the phone or anything. But what I will say is that I always, number one, enter the orders in for them. But what I do, and again, it's totally not sneaky, but it kind of is just like I send them. So I've given them the price. I'm like, sound good? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, perfect. Text me and I'll get you going or whatever. And then they text me and I say, okay, perfect. I'm so freaking excited to get you going on this. All I need from you is the information on this order form. And I'll get your orders placed before I go to dinner really quick. And I find that works super well for me. And then after they've given me all their information, I say, okay, perfect. I just want to make sure you understand how you're getting my discount. And then I explain the 90-day trial from there. And they've already given me their information, so they don't back out because they already know that like I already have their card number and everything. And not that like, I mean, they trust me and we've built that relationship, but at the same time, like imagine if you were that person and you just gave somebody like all of your information and then they explain it to you and you're like, oh yeah, totally. Like if they trust you enough to give you their card, they trust you enough to know the process, So I love that. I love that you're getting them on the phone and just being super personable. And leadership wise, especially I feel like this month you've stepped in a lot more and have been in contact with your team a lot more. How has that been going? Do you feel like you have been like, how have you been building more of a relationship with your distributors now that you're really wanting to promote?
I'm definitely messaging most of them each day, especially like on my Ruby leg, because like most of them are like newer. So I've been messaging like, hey, what can I help you with? Can I send you this post? Do you need help with a script to message people? So definitely just reaching out and making sure they're comfortable. That's been helping a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I think that that's great. Um, well, you're amazing, and I'm so freaking stoked for all of you guys that are going diamond this month, and even if you're not going diamond but you're shooting for ruby or for emerald, that's such a huge accomplishment. And I just wanted to check in with you guys really this week to, number one, just kind of fire you up, and number two, obviously Amanda is doing something right, so I wanted to get kind of her tips about it or whatever. But I'm just so freaking excited, and just what you guys